That's really, in a lot of cases, ignorance. You might not like the statue in your city, but other people might like the statue. Very selfish by tearing down statues because other people in your city might like that statue, and you selfishly don't want to see the statue, so you think you can just go and take them. I know in a lot of cases, no historical figure is without some ill repute. Let me explain to you why. It's because slavery used to exist. I know it still exists in some countries even. So there's culture. It's like smoking weed now. Like you know how they allow connections and okay, got my connection back. Got my connection back. As I was saying, slavery used to be more prevalent in the Western world. So if you existed back then, there's no completely wash your hands of it or saying you weren't a part of it. Is the analogy of like smoking weed, like smoking weed and marijuana, inhaled secondhand weed, walking by people, because then slavery was permissible. You can't wash your hands clean of what was going on. You would have to have been like on the oppressed side of it to ever look good. Okay, so a lot of these historical figures, you know, what if I wanted to bring my kids someday and look at Ulysses Grant? Okay, now my connection is unstable again. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep going as though it's stable and keep. Okay, I'm gonna wait a minute for this to get better. Then we'll keep going. I'm just gonna. I don't know what's doing that. It could be my computer's memory. I don't know. Okay, it's better. Okay. What if I wanted to take my kids someday to see the statue of Ulysses Grant, San Francisco, Francis Scott Key? Francis Scott Key wrote the words. Francis Scott Key wrote the words to the national anthem, Stars and Banner. So why is a stupid journalist saying, how come Francis Scott Key's in Golden Gate Park? Well, it's because it's America, dude. San Francisco exists in the United States of America. So that's why there's a statue of Francis Scott Keys in Golden Gate Park, because it's in America. He helped write the national anthem. Okay. Then they were saying like, oh, they get gifts. They get these statues as gifts, and that's why some of these statues are there. Well, I don't know if you people notice their historical figures in America. I know some white. Like, is that going to be a problem for you? Oh. So, okay, my viewers keep coming on and off. You're missing my good moments. We'll edit this later and see if it sounds any good. I don't know. So, am I too soft on the protesters? And a lot of people ended up liking my broadcast last time, at least over here where I'm existing, in the region I'm existing in. I guess what I'd say is, yeah, I didn't really want violent protests to be happening or rioting down or when everything happened. And we had some even unfortunate good, and then the conveniences go away. So yeah, maybe some people are too spoiled, but I haven't really wanted the civil unrest to be going on, so it's cool. Okay, let's wait a second here. The connection keeps being unstable today. I gotta work on my computer longer. Okay, let's wait for this to catch up. Yeah, this really sucks. Yeah. Okay, we're back on here. That's gonna look really bad when I play it back. that air. So maybe I'm being a little bit too soft on the topic. Like I'm being staunch enough. Like I don't want civil unrest anymore in the cities. But the reason why I come across as stuff through my life experiences and stuff, um, meaning that I can identify with oppressed parties and the need to speak up, the need to take action and stuff. But in truth, like I don't want the civil unrest going on longer. I'd rather that it get handled politically. That's my first stutter for the day. I'd rather that it get handled politically. I'm in favor, of course, of like nonviolent, peaceful action. You know, but people can always write their Congress. People can write their Congress, men and women, and their politicians. I was like, I got stuck again. Okay. What I'm saying is, you can always communicate with the politicians and stuff, and we can always have peaceful protests. We don't need to be rioting and stuff. That's what worries me. And taking down statues. You know, people are making it look like a communist takeover of America, and no one really wants that in reality. The system we have is good. We have a system where we have representatives who can speak on our behalf in sessions of Congress and so forth. They can lend an ear to the public, you know, what your concerns really are. No matter how like extreme you think you might be being or whatever, no matter how outlandish you think that your requests are, you can always voice them. Politicians that are supposed to be representing you, no matter if those people are black or white and so forth, they're supposed to be fair. They're supposed to listen to their constituents, you know. So no, I didn't want civil unrest going on longer. I don't want violent protests. I don't want people burning buildings. I don't want people taking down statues. Some of that stuff, like the first statues they were doing, maybe those are a good idea. But like I said, you can't really. People who lived during the time of more prevalent slavery, you can't really say that that's fair, because if it was going on and it was permissible at the time, it's a different culture. It's back then. It's like, I'm not saying that that's ethically okay. And again, like the presumption among the protest people is that slavery is unethical, right? But what are ethics? Where are your ethics coming from? Aha. So you say there's ethics? Oh, okay. So there's an ethically right action and an ethically wrong action. I wonder where that's coming from. It's not just a vacuum of nature has no vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. No, I wonder what their ethics are then. If you think there's ethics where slavery is wrong, that's interesting. So harming is wrong. Well, what if some people feel their feelings harmed by the statues coming down? Then you harmed them. You harmed them emotionally. If you took down a statue that they liked, so then you harmed them. Then, so that is it only unethical to harm certain people, not others? I wouldn't understand. So I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to 11 minutes. I didn't think I had much to say at all. Okay. No, my group. I can talk about my group later. Well, yeah, I'm glad I had some people walking over listening to me in person. That was good.